All the disrespect before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check fam? Thank you guys for tuning in one more again. We got some hype ass buttons to check with special guests coming in. Hope you're having a good day, cause hey, it's about to get better. Let's go. All right, now into the next set of world champions that ain't getting paid nothing, buttons that need to be checked. All right, so there's definitely a lot to unpack here. Obviously, this starts from or stems from EVO that just passed fairly recently. There was a discussion with the payouts. You know, EVO Payouts has been a discussion for quite some time. I don't know if the FGC has been quite aware of what the champions or the world champions of EVO have been getting paid, especially as of late. The reason I say that, because I think if more people knew, there would be much, greater discussion. Pops off right here with Rewind saying, definitely time for every major tournament to incorporate crowdfunding. Definitely a slap in the face to see EVO champs making scraps when every game had 60K plus viewers. I got second for a main stage game and made less than TOs. I love TOs, by the way. Why is crowdfunding not promoted? Every viewer that watched MK11 had the opportunity to put $1 in. The pot would have been 60K. I love these events, but it truly blows me that tourneys are gatekeeping up players from the bags. Like, what the fuck? Did Perfect Legend make 12K winning EVO in 2012 for MK9 in poverty times? But Scorpion Prox made 2,000 in 2022 with the amount of resources we have today? This is where it's Flash right here tagged me in this, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. Then I noticed Mr. Aquaman posted this or replied saying, the Coliseum shouldn't have equal and bigger prize pools than majors this year with zero promotion and run from my apartment. That is simply sad no matter how you slice it. I love the events and attend this year, but damn. Then somebody named Brant speaks on it as well saying, sorry, I'm replying to every tweet in this thread, but this right here is 100%. People need to speak up and ask questions and focus on showing love to the events that show love to its players. And I noticed Honeybee actually kind of chimes in saying, or what are the chances bringing in Kumite, saying that, you know, Kumite can set up a match in Reno for the games for their last event. And then Saban responds saying, the chances are 100. I've always been able to do it at KIT with no problems. Then Kumite responds saying, whatever you need to do, you know, or to make it happen. And Saban responds to that saying, and there you have it, bro, that easy. Vandy's seen the crowdfunding effect for years now. I will work with, who's that, at Net Battles Today on it. Damn, how quick was that resolution? It was like, hey, how about Kumite? And then Saban and Kumite Gaming were like, oh yeah, we're on it, we got it. Matter of fact, done. And then I noticed to that original comment, Perfect Legend actually responds to that saying, what breaks my heart is overall the payout at my first EVO 2006 is more than the payout for this year. Every game had top 8 payout, with first getting 5K to 7th getting 250, and that was from the Toyota Yaris sponsorship. And I think a lot of it stemmed right here around the post from Ryan Hart. And big up to Ryan Hart, man. He's always been super cool guy and down with the channel. So love you, Ryan, if you happen to be watching. He posted this saying EVO champs, and you can see it right here. Street Fighter 5, the champion, $5.5 thousand. What was this? Tekken 7, 7,000. Fighters, 4,000 or 4.7. Skullgirl, Sonic Fox, 1.2 thousand. Melty, 1.7. King of Fighters, 4.2. Grand Blue, 2.2. And then this even trickled down to Rob to the TV. He made a video about it literally just yesterday. He had like Brian F, Mena, Logan, I think Item on there as well. This is just a small clip. You definitely want to check it out because it's interesting as hell. It's like at least an hour long. We're only going to listen to a minute or so. But anyway, link down below. Definitely check them out.
FGC is too fucking small. So to me, I've worked at Chick-fil-A before. I can't work at Chick-fil-A and be like, yo, man, I feel like I should get 100,000 a year. I can say that, but I really might as well shut the fuck up. Go work somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's not there right now.
That's the problem with analogies, Rob. The point started. It didn't start with a Chick-fil-A worker, and that's the thing. that's the comparison that makes me create the other comparison. I'm not gonna sit here comparing a world champion of anything. It can be cricket. It can be anything. You're not going to compare it.
Let me a minute to this. Let me a minute to get to this point.
Becoming a world champion of everything does not amount to the prize money the players are getting, and it's a problem. That's all I'm saying. It's
World
a problem.
champion-
Prize, there's a disconnect.
Yeah,
this is the main
yeah.
point of it all. I've
It's
been
a
saying this
bad
over and
optic.
over. Something is
bad
not
optic.
adding up here.
So do we take
They-
do we take away the big Evo venues and shit? Fuck it. I guess that's where we going.
Right.
Because how much does that shit cost?
No,
People-
we don't. We scale it up. We scale it up.
Okay,
We
so
direct
money
more
goes
into
to
the
that,
prize
bro. It
pool.
costs.
Yeah.
It costs.
No,
So they're not
maybe that was a
pocketing all
problem.
this
No,
money,
I
bro.
think I'm saying maybe that was a problem.
We
maybe,
also have
maybe,
to remember as well, this Evo is a big rebranding process for them, because I don't want to bring it up, but like we all remember why, there was COVID and stuff, but there was a lot of shit that happened with Evo and having
Right.
to sell the brand off. And
I wonder what the viewership was before we went to the stadium. Like I don't know if this brought more viewers. I think it does feel like the scale of the production grew beyond its britches a little bit. That's the impression I get, to be quite honest. I love it, but I feel like something here is a little inflated. It doesn't make too much sense. So I'm curious about those numbers. But I do agree that one thing about EVO having a big prize payout and rewarding the players, I think that also, maybe I'm wrong, I feel like there's an optic situation here for sponsoring players and increasing opportunities for players.
So there you go, man. A lot of interesting debate. You can see like Mena disagreed with Rob in a sense, but you know, they all seem to have good points. It definitely feels like there's some type of disconnect, because I don't know if we really understand how many viewers equate to how much money. You know what I'm saying? If we were being charged, like, what do we charge to get at EVO, like with the registration and passes, all that? Isn't it like 80 to like 120 like total or something like that? How much of that are they really taking to put in the pot? I don't know. It just seems like for a while now, the payout has just been not too hot when it comes to like our Super Bowl. This is supposed to be like the biggest event that we have, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense. Then we move to the Coliseum, like the arena where everybody gets together and they cheer, and there's like, you know, hundreds or maybe even thousands of people in there, but it's just like, to what cost? So definitely some good points. Like I said, check out their full video, podcasts and whatnot. Really good shit on their side. But there's some light at the end of the tunnel, because I noticed Hook Gang God was, you know, talking about it as well. Rewind was responding to him, talking about it's all corporate, you know, corrupt shit. Going on to say this tweet ain't gonna change a damn thing, but it's fun to complain. But then Rick, who is he like? Isn't he like right? He's like the new director of EVO or something like that. I'll put his profile on the screen. You know, I believe he's been doing what? What was it? Combo Breaker and whatnot, and now EVO. He actually responds to this saying, "Nah, it'll improve. This is priority for me and something that I'm working on. Just need more time to make progress." Rewind responds saying, "As expected, Rick is the GOAT. The transparency the seat needs. Money aside, best EVO I've attended, hands down." So there you go, man. What do y'all think about this, man? Definitely. It seems like now's the time. So many things are finally kind of seem to turn for the better, I would say, in the FGC, as far as like games getting bigger, numbers getting bigger. EVO is back, offline tournaments are back, you know what I'm saying? FGC history is about to be made in October. We'll talk about that in a second. And in the meantime, we over here talking about FGC as always equals poverty, and now players are speaking up, especially when it comes to, like I said, the Super Bowl of the FGC, and like, yo, enough is enough. We need to do something, because there is options out there. We've seen people do it, and it's time to get paid. What do y'all think? And now it's time to check this, probably the most important tournament of 2022, maybe even the history of the FGC buttons that need to be checked. We've been talking about it for so long. People were like, this is the future of gaming, but a lot of people thought it was going to be too difficult, too complicated, but for the best possible matchups with the least amount of lag, it has to be eventually somehow PC. Here we go. The creators of Defend the North, the people that are making it happen, are here to kind of talk about a little bit like the ups and the downs and what they expect. I'm hyped because this is my first time talking to them like this. Let's get it. So here we are, ladies and gents, ready to check these buttons. We got Mr. Andy from City of Brass, aka Defend the North, popping off. When is it? It is, I believe, this October.
Yes.
21st to the 23rd this year. Let me put the post on the screen so the people can know. The last one that I saw said, "Who's ready? We've been online long enough. No more consoles as we move forward into the future of fighting games. Brooklyn, New York, October 21st to the 23rd. Who's ready, or who'll be the first champs ever, the largest of its kind event?" I don't know if people are actually grasping what you guys are about to do, because I've seen people retweet this post that I just read saying, holy shit, if this is true, then this could be the most important tournament in a long time for the FGC. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, I want to give a shout out to the homie Charlie Rock for showing so much love to the channel and being down for us for a long time. So much love to Charlie, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely, man. So in saying all that, the reason why this is such a big deal, you guys are attempting to do an all basically offline tournament, bodies in the seats, you know what I'm saying, but all PCs, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think it's been a long time coming. You know, it started with me, to be honest. Charlie has always been playing on PC, but he's been playing on, older PC, right? I don't even think it was on 144 hertz, but, and during COVID, I built a PC right before COVID hit, or, the pandemic. And, I built a PC. I started playing on PC, and I'm like, yeah, it's decent. I don't see no, drop frames and stuff like that. But, my boy Lee Chung, he was like, yo, you gotta play on 144 hertz monitor. And once I did that, it just opened my eyes, man. Like it's just a better gaming experience overall. And once that moment happened, I thought to myself, man, I really can't go back into putting my events at, console when the gameplay is so much better on PC. So I really spent so much time trying to see if I can just build up low budget PCs, because a good thing is that, fighting games isn't that much GPU intensive.
Okay.
And, you really can use like a 980, you know what I mean? And as long as it plays in, 144 hertz, as long as you have a compatible monitor, you should be good to go. So I was spending so much time trying to do that, but obviously, that's a big budget that's involved with that to try to have it all PC.
Yeah.
And, luckily enough, I was seeking out PC sponsors at the same time, just as a cushion. And, luckily enough, MSI reached back out saying that they appreciated the support and, being able to support us. And, they really said something that really hit home. They was like, listen, the FGC may not have the biggest in terms of numbers, but you guys are the most loyal. So that's why we want to give it a shot and see where we take it from here. And when he told me that, man, I felt like that, this was the opportunity for me to be the pioneer to try to show that, this is the way that it can be done, especially since we're in the transition of going from, the older generation to the new generation of consoles. Why not take the opportunity to spend a few more $100s to, get something that will last 10 more years,
Right.
So, I want to give a shout out to MSI for seeing our vision. Shout outs to NYC Furby, because he's the one that has been helping us with the optimization and the logistical pieces that would make it seem seamless and flawless. Yeah, and us giving it a shot at EVO, we did a salty sweet, and we did it, tested time again, and it came out to be, just as what we expected. Everybody enjoyed it. Everyone had fun. So, I'm glad that everybody was able to see the vision we have in the movement that we're trying to move towards.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Like, for so long, I remember like Punk and other people making statements about, this lag sucks and this, and they were talking about offline tournaments. And for a while, the FGC, we were only hearing about the lag online. You know what I'm saying? We were always hearing, obviously, about the lag online. So we kind of almost assume that offline was where it's at, no matter what you were playing on, right? We were like, hey, if you're offline, that's it. No excuses. But then I think slowly you started seeing more pro players talking about F this lag, or these damn PlayStations messing up, or this and that. And then you started kind of realizing, oh shit, there's lag offline? Like, it's real. You know what I'm saying? The struggle is real. And I remember, who was it? Uncle Valle, Alex Valle, being very loud in the community, always talking about the future of gaming. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things he would talk about, and other people would talk about, is PCs eventually are the way to go. But you always heard, it's all these problems, it's too expensive, or it's going to take too much work, or what about the bugs, or yada, 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 all these things. So it almost seemed like inevitable, but at the same time, down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, maybe 2004, maybe 2005 kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? And then lo and behold, Defend the North comes out with the announcement. And that's why I think the FGC is slowly going to realize, like, holy shit, these guys are attempting to set the bar. When you decided to green light it, was there any doubts or any like nerves, like, oh shit, like, all right, we got to really do this?
Yeah, that's a good question, because there was certainly a lot of doubt. That's one of the reasons why, to be honest, there was not much lead time in announcing this to the time of the event.
Yeah.
Because obviously the logistical piece, right? Yeah. Everyone is, I'm going to just get into the technical pieces, right? Because, so like one of the main issues people always had, okay, then that means that the PCs will always have to be online in order for you to recognize any new controllers that come in, because, drivers need to be installed. But, another issue would be, when you plug out a controller and plug a new one back in, typically you have to reload the software again for it to recognize that new, for that new controller. Yeah. So things like that, and also making sure all the games are updated, which is, typical issues that you have with console, making sure they're all in the same version. Yeah. But all of those issues have been alleviated by, excuse me, by NYC Furby. You know what I mean?
Nice. Arturo.
He saw. Yes, exactly. Shouts to him, man, because he's the one that gave me that little icing on the cake that I needed to say, you know what? Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah. So the hesitancy that I had was all like completely removed after we tested it ourselves, and then we brought it live out in EVO, the Salty Suite, and it was just no hiccups at all. Everybody was enjoying it. Yeah. I've had a lot of people say to me, like a lot of TOs, they say, man, I don't know how you're going to do this. Are you sure you want to do this? This is very risky. This is like a career ending move right here, but well,
yeah, real talk.
Because, right. Yeah. But, I always seen it like this, the same reason why I hosted an event in New York City is the same reason why I should be doing this, and that reason is, if I don't do it, who else would? That's how I saw it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, right now I've got a lot of positive feedback for the movement. Other TOs has said, hey, yeah, we're definitely coming to Defend the North because we want to see how you did this. And this is something that we want to share. We want to share this experience. We want to share the information. Yeah. Everyone has been blown up NYC, Arturo's his Twitter and everything, saying, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do we make it more optimized so that we can do this in our local scene? Or how can I optimize it so I can have a better experience and at playing at home? And he's been helping out everyone. And after this event, I'm confident that other major tournaments will be following suit as well. Because again, we want to share this, so right. we want to bring the PC sponsors to these other events that's willing to do it. It's going to be in Brooklyn now.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know absolutely nothing. All I know is what I've heard growing up about the Booking Down Bronx and, Queens, all this other shit. I used to watch Beat Street and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Wu-Tang for life. Anyway, whatever. So, but what I'm saying is I'm getting excited just thinking about going out there, man. Like, real talk. Is registration right now?
Absolutely. Registration is open right now. Okay. Registration is definitely open right now. We definitely taking people in. Come one, come all. We got all the top players coming, and it's New York City. You know what I'm saying? Yep. We built this as a community because we felt that the best is in New York City. So why should the best always go out and travel? Everyone should be coming to play against the best. And that's where we're at, right?
That's what's
what I mean?
So
I can give my shout outs. Can I give some shout outs?
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Yeah. Anything you want to say, man? Shout your people out.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to NOBC. I want to give a shout out to House of Chaos. I want to give a shout out to Team Stickbug, Luna Phase, Casa, all these movements that's out there in New York City. Gaming Battle Network. It's just so many. I know I'm gonna forget some. House of 3000. PAG, there's so many communities that's out there in the FGC that's just in New York City alone. So I just want to thank them for all coming in. Oh, Beefy Techie, I want to, and Team Spooky, I want to just thank all of them for, you know, always coming together and helping me with my events. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a beautiful thing that happens every year.
Yeah.
You know, we took a few years off, obviously, because of the pandemic, but we're coming back stronger. So I just want to thank everyone that supports this movement.
But I appreciate the love one more time, man. Everybody go check out Defend the North. Register now. We will see you there this October. Checking these buttons. Mr. Andy, thank you once again. We'll talk to you soon, man. Peace.
All right. Peace. Peace.
Well, there it is. One more again. Definitely let me know how you guys are feeling. Special shout out to the guest. For the guest. What the hell is a guest? For the guest. Defend the North. I cannot talk. For my guests representing Defend the North. So this is going to be, like I said, the first offline all PC tournament basically ever in the FGC. This is the one tournament out of this whole year that I plan to go to. So one more again, thank you for tuning in. For all the massive love, all the fam at Defend the North. We will see you soon. All the information down below. Definitely check out DTN. We will see you soon. If not tomorrow, definitely the next day. Love you forever. Peace. Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to NLBC. I want to give a shout out to House of Chaos. I want to give a shout out to Team Stickbug.
And I'd like to give a shout out to my people, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, A Tribe Called Quest, Junior Mafia, Public Enemy, Salt and Pepper.
Okay, what about Nicki Minaj? What about Nas?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely got a Nas, Jay-Z, everybody, man.